Ahoy class, for those of you that have Adobe Creative Suite, you should have access to Adobe Bridge. It's a really awesome file browser. It's a great way to browse, organize. You can rate with stars, you can rate with color labels. Like I just pressed Control 7 on my PC to make that yellow so I can see things. And I just want to show you a couple of batch processing things that can really speed up your workflow, especially for this class. So first, I have already resized these images, and this program makes it really easy to look at metadata. Like this is the essentials view right here. So you've got your files over here. You've got your filters right here. You could filter by orientation, which can be handy. You can filter by ISO, aperture, focal length, lens. More things will pop up if you have them. Like if there are multiple cameras, you could filter by multiple cameras. And then when you click on an image, you can get a preview over here. You can make it larger. I usually have mine about like this. This is kind of like my preferred view. I want to be able to see my metadata. Right here is my f-stop. Here's my shutter speed, my ISO. This was shot on my camera. And then right here is the resolution, which is super handy for me to have. And there's other data that you can look at, but this is the essential stuff. So the first thing I want to show you is how to batch resize your images. In this class, I recommend that you batch resize your images to 1200 on the longest side. And a quick way to do that to all of your images at once is to go to Tools, Photoshop, Image Processor. And right here, this should just have it set up like this. Save in same location. It'll make a subfolder that has the new files in it. You can save it out as a JPEG, PSD, or TIFF, but we just need a JPEG. A quality of 8 is fine. And you are going to tell it 1200 by 1200. We're going to pretend that I haven't already resized them. And it will make the longest dimension 1200. So now we're going to run this, and you'll see that it opens Photoshop up in the background and it runs all the files through. Now, one thing to know is every time you save a JPEG, it is compressed more and more. So ideally, you want to always go back to your original images before resizing and resize them down to whatever you need. And so you can see Bridge created a folder right here, and all of our files are going to be 1200 on their longest dimension. The other thing that can really save you a lot of time, especially for this one, since you have at least 20 images that you're turning in, but if you take more than 20 images, I really recommend organizing your files, naming them properly, putting them in folders. Like, do yourself a favor and just get in the habit of always doing it. So you can right click and you can come down here to batch rename, or you can go to tools again, and the very first thing is batch rename. This looks a little intimidating. When it pops up, yours might have like a whole bunch of fields here. Just get rid of all of them. Let's just start simple. So we're going to rename these in the same folder. And for almost all of your assignments, you are naming them your first and last name, followed by an underscore, followed by the assignment ID. This is week 3 photo assignment. And then another underscore. And then we're going to do a sequence number. You can do sequence letters, you could do date, time, current file name, and then add something to it, all kinds of stuff. But this is the simplest, and I always go with 3 digits just to be consistent. And down here, you can see current file name is CR-001. The new file name, this is what it's going to look like, and 20 files will be processed. So now I'm just going to hit rename. And voila, all of my files have been renamed. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, you should at least, at the very least, if you have access to Adobe Bridge, you should totally use it for just those 2 features. For the image processor feature, I mean, it's so great. And for batch rename. There's a lot of other awesome things that you can do with Adobe Bridge, but these are really, really great.